Hey, good evening. It's Saturday, February 17th, and welcome back to Everyday Talk 24/7. I'm going to end the discussion I've been having on marriage and closeness this last week about why marriage matters. And we'll come back to it again in the future. And obviously, I'll be touching on it in many other videos because it's such an important part of our lives. But tonight, I just want to end up with this issue of intimacy. I talked about intimacy last night, that we're designed, created for intimacy. But one of you reached out and said, Jay, could you define intimacy more clearly? And that was a really great comment and thought, because I don't think I did a good job defining it last night. So here's a definition of intimacy. It's one that fits with what I know of the scriptures. It'd be a little different than maybe what you read in the dictionary, though the dictionary will say something about being close or something of that nature. But there's a threefold definition. Intimacy. It's a shared closeness of purpose that results in a transparent sense of unity between two people. A shared closeness of purpose that results in a transparent sense of unity between two people. We break that down just a bit. As we work together, as we have a common purpose, and we find someone we can share that with, that's one level of closeness. But then the more close we become, the more involved we are in trusting that person, we begin to be transparent with them. We begin to be more open with them. And then lastly, that results in a unity between those two people. So first there's a shared sense of purpose and closeness. Then that results in this transparency, the sense of I can be open and trust this person. And that's what brings things together in a sense of unity. We were designed for this. This type of intimacy most closely fits marriage. And in God's design, can be duplicated no other way. This sense of intimacy culminates in a sexual relationship. But you can have that by being united in these three things. But marriage is the one that gives the greatest heightened sense of this. All humans were designed for intimacy to some degree. The problem is, when the fall came, when we messed things up, when we rebelled against God, trusted ourselves, then we made ourselves extremely vulnerable to intimacy. Intimacy increases vulnerability. You become more exposed, more vulnerable to other people, someone close to you. That could either be a force of destruction, because now the opportunity for hurt is exponentially increased. Or it could be a beautiful thing, that vulnerability, if that results in trust, then you have something that is powerful, strong, and beautiful. However, since the fall, the only real way that intimacy can be achieved, the only way intimacy can be experienced in a way that is beautiful, in the way God meant, is through unity in Christ. Because we carry these sinful, selfish flaws within us, where we think of ourselves first more than anyone else. And as you draw close to them, that selfishness is nothing more destructive than that kind of selfishness. But if I entrust myself to Christ, if you have two people, especially in marriage, if they're entrusting themselves to Christ, they know they're secure with Him, that allows them to be open with other people. So we need Christ to allow intimacy to reach its full beauty, full strength, full sense of awesomeness. the way God designed us to be close it's a mind-blowing thing, but it's powerful. And the only protection from the closeness of intimacy is to be intimate with Christ, to be one with Him. And that's what protects us in the most perfect sense of unity in the one flesh relationship. And if you're considering marriage, or if you are married, if you can embrace this perspective of intimacy through the wonder and power of Christ, then you have the opportunity to experience the most beautiful form of what it means to relate to another person. Let me read the definition again. Intimacy is a shared closeness of purpose that results in a transparent sense of unity between two people, most perfectly expressed in marriage. And that's the thought for this night. Thanks so much for being here. Again, I love your comments, your feedback. Again, your comments and feedback so often shape so much of what happens here at EverydayTalk247.com. Thank you so much for just being a part of my life. I'm so grateful. And Lord willing, we'll see you on Monday. Good night. Thank you for watching. May God richly bless you as you seek to live for His glory.